Welcome to another Sign of the Times for this Tuesday, the 19th of January. So, at this present moment, the COVID 19 infections have increased by 9,010. The death toll is currently at 37,449, and there are 192,035 active cases. The Eastern Cape Premier says the recovery rate is currently at 92%. And he says that the general decline in the amount of active cases is thanks to their proactiveness in trying to contain the spread of the virus. The Eastern Cape has the lowest cases in South Africa. Religious events continue to be seen as super spreaders. It is important to maintain your social distance and to keep the visitors at the funeral or the mourners, which is a better term, to under 50. So in KwaZulu-Natal, COVID-19 infections continue to surge as the second wave tightens its grip. It's going to take a number of weeks before a reduction is felt in the province. More positive messages about the vaccine needs to be spread across the province and the country as a whole. People need to continue wearing their masks and maintaining social distance. KZN is seeing a reduction in the number of infections and an even steadier decline was expected in the next 3 weeks. The third wave should hit South Africa in June, and we hope to receive a vaccine from India before then. There's even talks of us getting the vaccine later this month. Well, the government plans to vaccinate as many people as possible before the third wave strikes. The antibodies created to combat the first and second strain of COVID-19 may not be 100% effective against the third wave of the virus, as there will now be a new variant of the virus. As we saw with the first and second wave, we end up with the second strain, during the second wave. So that's to be expected once more with the third wave in June. So this is why it's imperative to get the vaccine in your arm, and that is crucial at this stage. So in the meantime, the health minister will be visiting Gauteng later today following his inspection of hospitals in KZN. Religious events continue to be regarded as super spreader events, which I touched on earlier. I need to mention that again because of the high death rate, and obviously as much as you may want to go and attend a funeral, you need to be careful and don't feel offended if you do not get an invitation to the funeral. It's purely because of the restrictions. What's happening at the SABC? Well, workers are planning to strike tomorrow, where a memorandum will be delivered, and there'll also be a call for President Ramaphosa to intervene. The most important thing is a hope of intervention from the president, because they want to put the SABC under administration. Such wonderful programming from them over the years. I'm going to really miss them if we lose the SABC. But sometimes you got to break something down, and then have it rebuilt. Speaking of breaking something down and rebuilding it, at some schools across the nation, schools are being broken down and new foundations are being laid as they prepare for schools to open on the 15th of February. One such school is Turfel Primary. While the grounds remain closed, we can hear the noise of power drills, and various heavy machinery breaking down the school. This fabled primary school in the Western Cape, one of the greatest primary schools in the Western Cape, and they said to be building a brand new selection of classrooms for primary school learners. Breaking a school down is one thing, but breaking down the national broadcaster, that is an entirely different story. I hear there's going to be fewer retrenchments. Well, the SABC needs to improve its content. You know, they shouldn't be letting people go. If they want to garner the support of the public, they need to improve their content and stop playing the same old thing over and over. You know, invest money in improving the livelihoods of their staff, invest money in good programming, great programs, and just that's what they really need to focus on, not losing staff and letting people go. Well, I still enjoy Seven the Line and 50/50 and a few other programs on there. But yeah, maybe you're making a point there for the new generation. They're not interested in the old programs from yesteryear. So it's time to change things up a bit. Are you back in the studio? I've got a few questions about the retrenchments, man. Are you ready to answer that question about the retrenchments? Well, so they are planning on retrenching 400 staff, but 800 people have received retrenchment letters. Basically, the people who did not receive a retrenchment letter in November have now received one. So, under lockdown level 3, how can they have a strike? I mean, aren't they going to be spreading the virus? Well, they don't want to spread the virus. They're obviously hoping and counting on the president's, involvement. They're counting on his proactiveness and responding to the strike action. Uh, the people have had enough. The mood is one of they're just unhappy. They've been unhappy for many months now, and this is the main reason why they are going ahead with the strike. They're even willing to go without pay for at least 1 or 2 days, since they will not be working in March. These people are set to leave in the next couple of months, so they're willing to sacrifice a day or two's wages to make a point and to deliver the memorandum. In other news, healthcare facilities will be under pressure for some time as the health minister pays Gauteng a visit. 9,000 people are on ventilators and more than 5,000 require oxygen. India, in the meantime, has vaccinated more people than any other country in the world, and vaccinations in Israel has been successful as well, thanks to their digital logging system. Well, you must remember they are a smaller country than ours, and everyone is getting a vaccination, and it's basically from one organization that's managing it. So things are better managed over there. Prime Minister is actually spearheading things over there as well, because he wants to garner, the support of the people, because there'll be voting coming up soon, and obviously wants people to vote. So things are a bit more together in Israel compared to South Africa, but the smaller population definitely plays a role. I also hear that the Palestinians will be receiving 5,000 vaccinations from Russia as they feel a little bit sidelined by their neighbors India. There's also a logistical issue in delay that's affecting the delivery of the vaccine. The Palestinian government members will receive the vaccine first, and once they get it, it'll be rolled out to the rest of the country. AstraZeneca and other vaccines are being used in Brazil. The president has been brought to book because they say that he's been downplaying the use of PPEs as well as the lockdown, and he's being blamed for the high rate of infections in Brazil. In the meantime, China has managed to get their act together and things are under control in China. On a final note, anyone ordering Uber Eats may have noticed an increase in the delivery cost. and they're also going to be striking soon because they're not happy with the price of delivery coming down, obviously over the December period, the December holidays. A lot of new companies joining Uber Eats, so clearly there's going to be some activity going on there. Thank you for watching another Sign of the Times. You must have a pleasant afternoon or evening, depending when you're watching this, and we look forward to more during the course of the week.